Legally Speaking with Crocker Law.
Here on Legally Speaking, we've discussed much about injury claims, but Ben, a lot of what we've talked about pertains to car accidents. What about accidents at work?
There are a lot of differences. If you're injured at work, you typically fall under the Kentucky Workers' Compensation Act, which changes a lot of things. The good part about that is that you're entitled to a recovery regardless of whose fault the accident was. Even if it's your own fault, you're entitled to a recovery. One of the bad things about that is that there are statutory caps, meaning there's only so much that you can recover, and then there's really a ceiling on it. So some people are hurt, and they really have a big injury and don't have enough compensation to really cover them in those situations. There are several types of compensation you can get under workers' comp. First are medical expenses, and those are typically paid under workers' compensation for any work injury you have. The second is temporary benefits. Temporary benefits pay for the time you're off work while you're recovering from your injury. And the third are permanent benefits, and that pays for any permanent type of injury you've received from work. Mm-hmm. There can also be other sources of recovery. Just because you've been hurt at work doesn't mean you don't have any other types of claims. For instance, if you were at work and driving and someone else came along and crashed into you, you would be entitled to recover not only from the workers' compensation claim, but also pursue a separate claim against the person who was at fault and hurt you.
Mm-hmm. And so what advice do you have immediately for folks who have been injured at work?
There are some real important things. First, you need to report the injury to your supervisor. Second, you need to make sure you get good medical attention. And third, talk to a lawyer about what legal rights you're going to have.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and please join us next time for Crocker Law's Legally Speaking.